Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Panorama. Seems I haven't been here for such a long time. Anyhow, we're back at the Panorama, and I welcome each and every one of you tonight. Today I have a special guest, Matthias.
Matthias
Gretzinger. Matthias was here been before once also from the group. What do you remember the group name?
We played with Xavier.
Yeah,
Xavier Solis.
They did some Spanish melody, Latin melody. Matthias is a rising soprano singer or soprano saxophonist in the Toronto jazz scene. He was shared the stage with the likes of Lorne Lofsky, a guitarist, Rich Brown, Jacob Chung, and William Karn. He is currently finishing his studies at the University of Toronto with Kelly Jefferson. So you want to be a full-time musician, composer?
That's the goal. I'd love to play and compose. Yeah.
How many instruments besides saxophone do you play?
I play the bass. I like to play the upright bass and very basic piano, but that's about it.
Okay, bass and acoustic guitar. You could do that, I guess. If you can do bass, you must be able to get the elementary way of.
Hey, hire me for anything. That's all I say. I'll learn it in the time.
Which campus are you at? Toronto campus?
Yes, yeah, I'm in St. George, Toronto.
Why music?
Just the way it makes me feel.
Any musicians in your family besides yourself?
My dad played a bit of guitar. I think my great-grandfather was a performing organist.
But they didn't do that as a full-time job?
No, they didn't, and they didn't play jazz either.
Okay, well, wish you all the luck. You're a good saxophone player, that I know. Tonight, Matthias, we're gonna get two of your YouTube melody, The Body and Soul. You're gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
Here at the show. That was written by Johnny Green and sang by Louis Armstrong. And then we'll take from the YouTube House in the Clouds and When Will the Blues Leave? Will Never Leave. Mm-hmm. But what melody you prefer as a musician? Jazz, classical, standard?
Jazz standards has always been my favorite. I like to say if the rhythm section is swinging and the solo is creative, the music will be good.
That's right, yeah. But you compose some music already.
Yep, I have a number of compositions. Some of them you can find on my YouTube. Some of them I've just
really
played
on the
live.
YouTube?
Yep.
So I could find you doing it already on the YouTube?
Yes, yeah, you can. You can even find an arrangement that I've done for a big band. I like to do that as well.
Oh, I see. Have you made any money out of those compositions?
Not a lot. No, I haven't made money from them yet.
But if somebody can use that, they have to pay you, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You have a copyright, something like that.
Yeah, I believe by just having composed it, I have a copyright on it.
That's a law in Canada or anywhere in the world, right?
I believe.
They cannot just play that without your permission.
Yeah. But as of right now, I give anyone permission to use them. I'd love to hear my songs played.
Now, how old is the composition?
The House in the Clouds, I wrote about 6 months ago.
Only?
Yeah.
Wow. What were you doing when you thought of this particular melody?
Well, this melody is a contrafact, so it uses the structure of Yardbird Suite by Charlie Parker.
I see.
But I was thinking of heaven and picturing heaven. The song title means heaven. Heaven is a house in the clouds.
You know what? You're probably right. We don't know that because we've never been up there. There might be houses there, eh? People who lived there who died and went to heaven, and probably they have neighbors and houses and streets and cars also, maybe. You never knew.
It's nice to imagine.
Well, imagination is also another part of the world, that part of our imaginary concept in our brain, you know. You never know. We all scared to die because we don't know where we're going to go. But heaven is the most enchanting thing that you could ever think of. So you never know. Maybe there are highways there, eh? No problem, no COVID, no nothing. You know, just happiness.
Yeah, no COVID. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. You know, and when you write songs, you must be in love.
I am, in a way, yeah. With the sounds that come out of it.
Because love is your recipe in writing music. There's a lot of musicians who wrote a lot of music that become millionaire. Dolly Parton, the country singer, she wrote a lot of melody. Look at her. She's also sang at the same time. Dolly Parton, do you know her?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to listen to one of your YouTube music, ladies and gentlemen. Matthews. You can use Matthews too. You can use Matthew, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, Matthews is good.
Yeah, great singer. Okay, the title of that particular melody that we heard from the YouTube is When Will the Blues Leave? And the next one you're going to do is Body and Soul. This melody is for a motion picture. Would that be the right way of saying it? Motion picture or?
Yep, this was originally from a soundtrack.
Yeah. The first recording was by Louis Armstrong.
The first jazz recording.
Yeah. And written by Johnny Green.
Mm-hmm.
What Johnny Green have written besides this one? Do you know any become famous?
No, but I do know that his guitar style was famous. He's famous for playing rhythm guitar in the big bands.
Oh, I see.
And developing that whole sound. So when you hear someone like Errol Garner play, they're trying to mimic that Freddie Green comping in the left hand.
Okay, all right, yeah. But would that be, this Body and Soul, would that be on just a standard melody, or is this country song? This is not a country song.
No, this is a ballad. This has been played countless times by musicians. It's a very famous songbook tune.
You know, you become ignorant about some song. Like myself, I only listen to classical music. Arias and songs like that. Anyhow, Mr. Gritzinger, where were you born in Toronto?
I was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Your background, your father is German.
Yes.
Your mom is English.
Yes.
But you never went to England. We were talking about that in the car.
Yeah, no, I have not.
You should come with me this coming April if I go. You should. And then England is a fascinating city, you know. That's your background. You should know more, and you should see how the people live there differently. Language is different. The attitude is different. And mannerism is also different. You're very interesting. Well, as you know, a lot of Broadway musicals are the most successful ones are the British melodies, the narrative songs from My Fair Lady. As we mentioned, we were talking about that. My Fair Lady, Camelot. If you listen to those melodies, even Americans also are good on narrative songs. Do you like narrative songs? Like the one that you're listening to my car a minute ago.
It's not usually what I pick up first, but I enjoy it.
But at home, what kind of music do you listen to? Jazzy?
I listen to jazz.
Yeah, I like jazz. I like jazz.
I like saxophone jazz, especially.
Who's your favorite saxophone player?
Well, right now, I'm a really big fan of Francesco Cafiso from Italy.
Oh, Italian.
Yes, I really love Dick Oates.
Who is he?
He's an alto saxophone player. And yeah, I'm not sure where he's based. He teaches at Temple University. I also really love, there's so many. Of course, you have to give homage to like the greats, Charlie Parker, of course.
Oh, of course.
Cannonball Adderley, Sonny
He's
Stitt.
a legendary. Do you think, well, we discussed this earlier, the President of the United States, what's his name? Who plays saxophone, what's his name?
Oh, Bill Clinton.
Do you think he's a good player?
He's all right.
He's all right?
Yeah, he can hang, for sure.
But not professionally, eh?
Maybe not. I mean, there's so many great saxophonists, it'd be hard to compete.
Oh, yeah. Saxophone, is it harder to learn than playing piano?
It's different. Piano's harder because you have to play multiple notes at once. Saxophone's harder because you have to control your
But
hands.
you have to read notes on the saxophone.
Yeah, but only one at a time.
But if you don't know how to read the notes, you cannot play it.
You can still play it.
You could still.
Yeah. Most of those original greats didn't need to read music.
Okay. So when you know the notes on piano, you could do saxophone as well.
Yes, you can.
Well, what age did you start playing sax?
I started playing saxophone in around 7th grade.
Early stage, eh?
Yep. Yeah, in band class.
And so you could also play violin.
I cannot play violin.
Is that totally different concept?
Yes, very different. Very different.
I like the violin when there are hundreds of them.
Mm-hmm. Orchestra.
Not like saxophone. One guy can just play that and it sounds good. But violin, you have to be more than one. Isn't it full length? I think so. Yeah. Now we're going to listen to your next YouTube song. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Now we're going to do your Body and Soul by Louis Armstrong did it, by Mateos Gretzinger. We'll be right back. So that was three songs that we heard from Mateos: Body and Soul, House in the Clouds, and When Will the Blues Leave. Thank you very much for coming to our show, The Panorama, which is the second time that you've been here with us. And you're very smart, very intelligent musician. I hope you will succeed in your music, because music is a wonderful way of living in this world. Because music will, you read your dreams and hopes into music. You seek loftier goals in music. I love music very much. Music is my first thing in life. Though I'm not a musician, I'm musical aficionado, that I would call myself. I learned piano a couple of times. I never stopped listening to piano, but I didn't learn that much. I went into journalism. That's probably why. Anyhow, thank you very much for coming tonight. And next week, please watch us again, The Panorama. Every Fridays, our premiere will be 8 o'clock, and there'll be three times a week repeats. This is Joel Recker saying good night, and tune us again next time. Good night.